season 2, she's more in control. She's aware of her political power. She's been chief minister for a while, so she knows the rules a little bit more.
Tell me, how are things with you? Back with the second season. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, very excited, very happy, full of excitement to share season 2 with everyone.
And I think the biggest validation for any actor in a web series is when she gets signed on for the second season.
10 seasons, and I should just be like, it's just good to know, like you said, that people have loved your work, that they want to see more of you, that the story has resonated with them. And it's such an important character. Like, I feel like there's a bit of Rani Bharti in all of us, right? So yeah, Rani Bharti has that that connection with all of us.
And she's a fierce character as well. I mean, she was politically naive in the first season, but the second season, not so much. She's on a surer footing, etc. So is she more in control this season?
Yes, she is. She definitely is. I mean, season 1, of course, we saw her like, sort of being pushed into this by her husband, who's also like a political father figure, and she's also like figuring her way out of how to do and blah, 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 blah. But now season 2, she's more in control. She's aware of her political power. She's been chief minister for a while, so she knows the rules a little bit more. And now she's also trying to clean up the system and take the bad guys to task as she should. So yeah, it's going to be lots of fun and fireworks.
And what is blah, blah, blue, blue? We have to know. Is that a new political lingo I was not aware of? What is that?
If I tell you, then what's the maza of it? You have to watch. You have to watch it. I can promise you one thing. When you start watching the show, after the first 10 minutes, a dhamaka is going to happen.
Was that also very exciting for you? Like, finally a web series that kind of allows you to explore your range. Because this is one place. It's not like a 3-hour thing. You're not limited by time, are you?
Not at all. And like when I first did a series, which was Leila back a few years ago, and I remember I was the first female to headline a series on OTT. Everybody kept telling me, don't do OTT right now. Like people will think you don't have a film and your career is going nowhere, and it's like a step down from the theatrical experience. And I'm like, no, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of international series. And we all binge watch it, and there's a certain movement in terms of, the good writing and the good directors and the good actors sort of going over there. Some really phenomenal work is happening over there. And I think it's just a matter of time before that sort of comes to India as well. And so it has happened that because of COVID, that process is just sort of, hastened. And that time has come faster. And now today, it's such a thriving ecosystem for everyone. And today it makes me very happy that when I see so many girls headlining series and shows and films in the OTT space. And I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I was the first one. Cinemas are not going anywhere. Theaters are not going anywhere. It's just a matter of time. 2 good films will come and we'll do some bumper business and we'll all say, oh my God, the great days are back again. And nor is the OTT service going anywhere. I think what's going to happen is there's so much stuff happening. It's like a television boom back in the day, right? Where everybody is doing TV, and then a lot of not so good stuff will come out, and then you'll suddenly start saying, oh my God, so much kachara is happening, and then that cleanup will happen, and then just the good stuff will remain. So I think it's that is a process, and it's an ebb and flow, and it's always happened, and it will always happen.
What do you think about Maharani actually worked? I mean, see, it's not an urban, setting. It's very rooted in the heartland. So what do you think worked? Is it because it was spearheaded by a woman? It is good to see women take charge. What do you think when you analyze the success of Maharani?
I would like to believe so, but I can't be so vain.
You have earned the right. You have served your time.
Thank you. No, but I don't want to be that vain. But I'll tell you what, I think thematically, story-wise, what really, really worked for Maharani is a bunch of things. When we were also attempting to make this show, there were a lot of things one was considering. Like, number one, in the OTT space, there were so many thrillers and really hard-hitting crime dramas. And in the Indian sphere, there was not really a show that kind of cut beyond that. I think what really worked for Maharani, that, it's a political show. And politics is a huge part of the Indian sort of DNA. Like, we love discussing our cricket and politics in films. The top holy trinity, as I call it. But there hasn't been like a good political drama ever. Like, of course, we love The Crown and House of Cards and all of that. But in India, we've not really had a good political drama. So there was that vacuum. Also, it's a show that I think, apart from the big cities, is also cut across to the smaller towns and the smaller centers, which I think is really important because Rani Bharti as a character is very rooted in Indian culture. You know,
Very
she's
true.
a Pativrata, she's a Bharatiya Nari, she loves a puja part, she does all of that, yet she's so progressive. You know,
Mm.
and what really I think worked for her is also the fact that, you know, a lot of times a big part of our population feels very alienated because, you know, mainstream makes them feel if they're vernacular or if they can't speak English very well, that they're not educated or they're not intelligent. And
Yeah,
that's
for
not
sure.
necessarily true. So you finally have a protagonist who's, you know, not fluent in English, not seen the inside of a classroom, not traveled the world, but is actually a very smart cookie and is a woman. You know, so
Right.
she really is the bottom of the barrel, but she rises to be this hero. So I think it's got a bunch of very interesting thematic things that resonate with an Indian audience. I made my share of mistakes and done things the hard way and had my shares of successes and failures and whatever. But the only reason I think I'm still here is because I'm being myself, unapologetic.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no other way to be. I cannot be like some other person because that's not my journey. You know, that's not my reality. That's not where I come from. I can only be who I am, and this is me. I'm just an actor. I'm a purist like that. As a woman, do I not like fashion and dressing up and looking glamorous? Do I not enjoy makeup? Of course, I enjoy all of it. You know, I do, and I would be lying if I said I did not. We all do. You know, we all like to be appreciated and complimented on and blah blah. But I also feel like, I mean, in my profession at least, there's so much focus on women on how they look, how beautiful they are, how hot they are, how sexy they are, and that's great. Like, there's no like problem with that. I love getting compliments. Please keep them coming. But I feel like there has to be something more. I know so many Malayalam actresses today who refuse to wear makeup. They are big
Yeah.
stars over there, and they're stunning actresses. And I love the fact that they're shattering that
Oh,
idea
yeah.
of what an actress should look like. Like, says who? I mean, I
Yeah.
know I've faced this. They're like, oh, you're beautiful. You should only do certain kind of roles, but I can do more. Why should I
Okay.
only do this? Do I not enjoy singing, dancing? You know, doing the romantic parts? Of course I do. Do I not? You know, like people to sing songs about how stunning I look? Of course I do. But I also can do more. So
For
let me
sure.
do more in life.
Huma, you need to tell me if you were a prime minister, I mean, chief minister for a week, what would you do? What are the causes you would take up?
Environment. I think not enough work happens. You know, and I feel like that's such a cause for worry and concern, and I feel like it's going to bite us really badly very soon. So that's
Sure.
something we have to really, you know, plastic waste management, and children education. I think that's something that's very close to my heart. I feel like not enough focus and stress in that, and crime against women.